Okay, so I'm Jennifer Pearson. I'm an Emerald Ambassador now with Plexus. Woo! Big props to this team. Oh my gosh, we pulled it together last month. I just ranked up to Emerald June 30th, so it hasn't even been 2 weeks, and oh my gosh, it's been amazing. And that's pretty much it. Tonight, I'm going to go through a lot of it, but then I'm going to hand it over to Francesca Fields, who is a senior gold ambassador on the team. She's going to go over products, and then Michelle Mullen, who is a senior Ruby ambassador on the team, is going to go over some of the business keys to success. So we're going to kind of divide a little bit up so that you don't just get tired listening to me. But let me share my screen, and I'm going to pull up my PowerPoint. Let's see. All right, you guys have to let me know if you can see my PowerPoint. Can you see it? Yes, perfect. Okay, so we're going to go to full screen. Why am I not doing it? Slideshow, thank you. All right, here we go. All right. See, I haven't even updated this. It still says Ruby Ambassador from the last time I gave this presentation. So this is your upline. So we're going to start with Jen Hawkins, and she is a Diamond Sapphire Ambassador now, I believe. And so this amount here is just the average income by rank for the rank of each of these people. But I can tell you, I know each of these people, and they've told me how much they make, and they make more than the average. But I'm just putting the average here for, the purposes of you being able to see it on the Plexus income statement and can verify that this is the average income by rank. She signed up her best friend, Celeste Gwynn, who is Diamond. She's the only Diamond in the company right now, but that's going to change very soon. And I can tell you she makes $220,000 a month the last time I heard. And it's probably gone up since then because that was probably half a year ago. So Celeste signed up her best friend, Rosalind Payne, and Roz is a Diamond Gold Ambassador. And the last I heard, she was at about $54,000 a month. And then she and I went to high school together. We were in the same group of friends, so I've known her a long time. And so I signed up under her to try the products, and all of us were customers first, and then loved the products and decided we really wanted to share with others. So I just ranked up to Emerald, and the average income for Emerald is $119,000 a year. And I'll go over in just a minute what else that means when you rank to Emerald. But anyway, it's just, I love this graph because it shows that so many people think you can't really make a lot of money in, these network marketing things. It's just a few people at the top. These are all just friends, and Roz, I think, has 28 Emerald and above jewels, which means they're all making over 100,000 on her team. And I don't even know how many Celeste and Jen have. It's just tons. But anyway, okay, here's just a little bit of my journey through Plexus, and I need to update this too. But, I've won a couple different vacations for Leaders Retreat. One was to Florida, and one was to Washington, D.C., and my team won it too, and we just have a lot of fun together. So, all right. This is what I want to say before we really get into the training of how to do this business. If you don't really understand yet what a golden opportunity this is, I want you to just try to think a little bit about what kind of an amazing thing comes together where you are actually helping your friends and family feel better. For me, that's one of my biggest perks, because as you get into this and you start having your friends and family start on the products and they start getting help with autoimmune diseases and coming off their, prescription medications, and they're feeling better than they have in years and years, and you're getting these texts from these people that you care about, that is amazing. It makes you have a purpose, and it gives you so much passion that fuels you. So if you haven't gotten there yet, you're going to get there, and it's the best thing ever. So when you can couple that with making the kind of income you can make in this business, plus it's like the easiest business model I've ever seen, and I'm a I come from corporate America and I have an MBA and I know how to study business models. And when I saw this one, I thought it was genius because it's all online. All of it is online. So it's the easiest business model out there. You're not having to do payment and delivery and any of that stuff. You don't have to buy products. You probably already know this stuff, but not all companies are like that. And I never did another network marketing company before. So I hadn't compared, but I have all these people joining my team now who have done other ones. And when they tell me about how they have all of these monthly fees that they had to pay and these quotas they had to make or they lost their rank and, you know, how they had to buy all this inventory that was like stored up in their garage and how they'd worked for a year and hardly made a dime. And then they were in Plexus and the first month they had made more in that first month than they had made in a year in the previous company. I mean, to me, it's just amazing that I happened to luck out into joining Plexus when I didn't really know any of that beforehand. But I'm telling you, it's the best thing ever. And the other great thing is the company is run by really, really ethical people. These people have our best heart in mind, our best, what do you say, you know what I mean. They have our best interest in mind. That's it. And they care about us. And so they make things right. If anything ever goes wrong, they work so hard to make it right. So anyway, it's an amazing company. The people that you meet, the friendships that I've made, that's another one of the best things that I've ever experienced in my life. I have friendships that will last forever that I would have never met these people if it weren't through Plexus. So anyway, we're still a ground floor company. If you have under 500,000 people, distributors in your company, it's still considered ground floor. And we're growing at a rate of 3,000%. So you guys are in at the exact right time. We already went through You're Changing Lives, and we have the best comp plan of any of them. And I'm going to go over the comp plan in just a minute. But you should know they hired somebody, the industry hired somebody to go out there and review comp plans of all these different network marketing companies. And the person they hired came back and said, you know what, Plexus has basically the best comp plan of all of them out there. You don't have to do any of this shifting of balancing your teams where you have to make sure that you don't have too many on this team and not enough on this team or else you don't get paid. There's none of that. You get paid on everybody that joins your team. And she loved it so much, she joined Plexus and she's now an Emerald Ambassador. So that speaks a lot. Oh, is there an echo or is that just me?
There's an echo.
Okay. Make sure that you guys are all on mute because that might be part of it. If it's coming through late, just make sure that you're on mute. Okay. So Plexus perks, there are a lot of them. Plexus Convention this last year was in Vegas. If you haven't seen the pictures and video of that, you should really try to see it. It was crazy awesome. We had so much fun. Had little big town play and anyway, it was just a ton of fun. Last year was in Phoenix. There's all kinds of seasonal bonuses and contests you can do. You can win iPads, all that kind of stuff. But the best thing is, we'll go through this in your comp plan, but as your team grows, your paycheck grows, but it's a residual paycheck. So unlike at my previous job in corporate America, where if I stopped showing up to work, the paycheck stopped coming in, with this, I could stop doing Plexus for 6 months and the paychecks would keep coming in because I worked hard up front to get it all growing. Leaders Retreat, like I said, I've been to Florida and Washington, D.C., and the next one is going to be in Dallas here in October, and that's something that you can earn. And then once you get to Emerald and above, you can win, well, you get a trip to Hawaii for you and someone else, trip for 2 every year, and you get a Lexus. So because I just went Emerald, I will get to go to Hawaii in September, and y'all, I have not even told you this, you guys on my team. My husband can't go because he just took a new job. So he can't go. So instead, I'm bringing Michelle Mullen, who is my primary leg. And she's been with me since the beginning and a good friend. So we're going to have a lot of fun in Hawaii together, September. And I'm also trying to figure out which Lexus I want. So that's pretty exciting. And here's just a few pictures of like Roz and Celeste who are upline. You also, when you get diamond, you get diamonds, and here's Hawaii and that kind of stuff. Kind of fun. All right. Here is the average income by rank. based on, this is not the one from the Plexus income statement, but this is the one from Roz's Power Team after surveying a lot of her team, because it can vary, but on her team, this is the average income. I have tons of people on my team, silver, gold, senior gold, I have senior ruby, and I just ranked up to emerald. So this will be my next rank up here, sapphire. All right, so let's talk about how you earn the commission. The first thing you need to know is the first $100 that goes through your website, you do not earn commission on. So that's what goes to the company. So whether that's your own product purchases or you have sales through your website, the first $100 you don't make commission on, and you're welcome if your first month doesn't count either. After that, everything over the first $100 you do make commission on. In order to get your commission, you need to have a backup order in place, and it's there just to make sure that you did get to that $100 PV so that you get your money. So I have so many questions about backup orders all the time, and the first thing I want you to know is if you have already purchased or sold or any combination of $100 that month, your backup order is not going to ship out if you have it set to conditional, okay? If you want your backup order to ship every month so that it can be your monthly shipment and you don't have to remember to order, make it unconditional and it will come. You can choose what day of the month you want it to ship and it'll just come straight to you. So just make sure that you have a backup order in place and you get to 100 PV, and then you can make all of your commissions, that you're due. But if you have a month where you can't get there that month, it's just a super hard month for you, whatever, maybe you haven't been consistent with your product, which don't do that, you want to be consistent. But if that's the case, you can always turn it off. The thing I love about Plexus is there's never any gotchas, you're never stuck. And even if it accidentally ships and you didn't want it to, you call customer service, you say, I didn't want it, refund me, you put it back in the mailbox and say return to sender and ship it back. I love Plexus, they make it so easy. Okay. So let's see. If you want to edit your backup order, you go to your back office and go to shopping, backup order, and then change it from there. Okay. If you have any questions about your backup order, ask your sponsor or your upline, because I know at the beginning it's really confusing. All right, that's it. Now we're going to do a little summary of the compensation plan. I already told you everything over your first $100 you get paid on. When you hit $101 through $499 of your product purchases, your sales, or any combination, you're getting 15% commission. But as soon as you hit 500, this is PV. PV is product value. So just so you know, you get a little bit less PV than you get the actual price of the product. So keep that in mind when you're making sure you're getting to 100 or 500 PV. When you hit 500 PV that month, all of a sudden, retroactively from $101 up, you get 25% commission. 25% commission is really good. So try to get to 500 PV. If you've got your own family's product purchases and 2 or 3 customers, maybe 4 if they're not doing the whole triplex, but you're there. You've already gotten to 500 and you're getting $100 back, because that's 25% of the $400. To help cover the cost of your products. That does not even include your preferred customer bonuses. So everybody on your customer list who is a preferred customer, which they're ordering with a backup order in place every month, you get an extra bonus for each one of those. And I'll show you in a minute what that is. When you have somebody join your team and they purchase a welcome pack, you're getting paid on those too. Welcome pack bonuses are not paid in your monthly paycheck. Your monthly paycheck is on the 15th of the month for the next month. So June will get paid on July 15th. But your welcome pack bonuses get paid on the Friday of the week following when they joined. So if you have somebody join your team today, you will get paid on them next Friday, which is nice because then you're getting paid 5 times a month, every Friday, and then when your monthly paycheck comes. You get paid on having ambassadors join your team. And I'll go into that a little bit more in just a minute, but that's based on profit sharing. You also get paid 5% on the sales of everybody that you personally sponsored, and they're called your level 1s. So really, when I break down how you're making money with Plexus, it's either from customers or from building your team. There's multiple ways to make money in each of those categories, but that's how I look at it. And you want to try to balance that out. So you have customers and ambassadors, because in the short run, you're going to see money right away from your customers. But in the long term, the only way you make it to having the six-figure income, or even making, $2,000 or $3,000 a month, you're probably not going to get there just with customers. You're going to need to start building your team. And you want to do that anyway, because it takes some of the burden and work off of you, because those people on your team will grow their team, which helps you out. So we'll talk about that in just a minute too. You get paid a bonus every time you rank up, and you'll see what that is as well. And then once you hit the jewel status, emerald, like I just went, and up, you get to participate in the profit sharing bonus pools. And that's when you have a nice big bump in your income. Okay, so here's where I was talking about if you have preferred customers, the great thing is it's better for them and better for you if they order as a preferred customer instead of a retail customer, because it's cheaper for them. And after the fourth month, the first month they order, then they have 3 of the auto ships go out, then they get an additional 10% discount. You are getting these bonuses down here for every product that they order every single month. So that really adds up. Excuse me. If you have a preferred customer ordering triplex, I think I get about $42 a month every month from each of those customers. Okay. Rank up bonuses. So when you sponsor 3 people on your team, you get a $100 bonus and you become a silver ambassador. And that's really your first goal. You want to get 3 people to join your team and rank up to silver, and then help them do the same. And that's called the power of 3, and we'll get to that in just a second. It makes the whole idea of doing this very realistic and doable, because I have 640 something people on my team. I don't even think I know 640 people in my life. I really don't. So I just sponsor 3 people and help them sponsor 3 people and help them sponsor 3 people. And then I went and I did it again. So I don't know how many level 1s I have over time. Over 2 years, I've probably sponsored about 40 level 1 ambassadors, but they're not even all working the business at this point. And that's okay, because the ones that were working the business have continued to grow the team underneath me. So I benefit from it. Okay, then you go gold and you get a $250 bonus. When you turn senior gold, you get a $350 bonus. When you go ruby, you get a $500 bonus. Senior ruby is $750, and after that, when you go emerald and above, you participate in the profit sharing pool, and you get a certain amount on your paycheck every month based on what the profits for the company were that month. Okay, here's the power of 3 that I was talking about. So if you sponsor 3, and each of those sponsor 3, and you keep going down all the way to level 7, you have this many points on your team. Based on what the profit sharing points are, the pay point is that month, and let's just say it's 3, because it's somewhere around that each month, you are at over $14,000 a month just on the team underneath you that you get paid every month residually. That doesn't include anything you're getting paid on for your customer sales, 5% of your level 1 sales, your welcome pack bonuses, your bonus if you're emerald, sapphire, or diamond. So you can see how this gets a little crazy, and that's how my friend Roz is making $54,000 a month. I mean, to me, I think it's just a little insane. I love it. And actually, there's a Jewel chat, and today is when we saw how much we made for last month. And it's just amazing when you see these people talking. I mean, this one girl was saying how she was like, she had these, she said she was crying ugly tears because they were spewing from her eyes because she could not believe what her paycheck was and how she had to scrape together the money to buy her welcome pack. And now she just can't believe that they're paying off their whole mortgage and everything. It's awesome. Okay, but let's talk about how to get to the point where you're on that Jewel chat and saying all these things like you have ugly tears because you're so happy. All right, marketing your business. This is one of my favorite subjects because I'm a marketing person. That was my previous life before Plexus. First of all, you want to make sure that you order business cards because you will be surprised how often Plexus will come up in a conversation. You're going to be talking to somebody and they're going to be telling you how tired they are or how they're not sleeping well or how their child has ADHD and they don't know what to do about it, or they're worried about their husband who has high blood pressure or high cholesterol or something, whatever it is. Or maybe they're saying they need some extra money. And here's where you step in and you need to practice a little bit on how you want to come across, what you want to say, because the first thing you'll want to do as a new ambassador is vomit Plexus on them. And we all do it at the very beginning because we're so excited to tell them all about how Plexus is going to help them. But you need to figure out just the right amount to convey that you have something that might help and that you're passionate about it and that it's done a lot for you, or if you're new to the products, what it's done for your friends or your upline. So you just basically say, you know what, I think I might have something that could help. I know a lot of people that have been helped with it. And here's my business card. Take a look at it. I'd be happy to send you some information. And you can give them a little spiel about how Plexus is a health and wellness company. It helps with blood sugar regulation and gut health and chronic inflammation. And those are the root causes of so many issues. And that you just love that you're able to help people through it. So a lot of times another thing you want to say is that it's natural, because people will assume that Plexus is just like so many others out there on the market that have all these artificial ingredients in it, that have a ton of caffeine, that are really unhealthy for you. And that is not the case with Plexus. That's one of the things that makes it really unique. We don't have all the artificial sweeteners. We don't have the artificial dyes, none of that stuff. So our super, super healthy people who, are so skeptical, when they take a hard look at the ingredients, then they realize exactly how healthy it is. Feel free to send them the ingredients list and have them take it to their doctor so that they can feel comfortable with it. Okay, you're going to want to make a list of everybody that you think you want to share Plexus with. And to help spur your thinking, we try to say get to 100. If that's daunting, don't do 100. Do 20, do 50, whatever you feel comfortable with. You can always add to it later. But we go through our Franks list. Franks is your friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, your kids' friends and their parents, and your spouse and everybody that they know. So that just helps jog your memory when you're writing a list of who you might want to reach out to. And then you want to reach out to them in whatever way is the way that they like to communicate. So if you have a friend that always just texts you, so text her back. Or if you have a friend that is all about email her. Most of the time, a lot of people just do Facebook messaging. It's super easy. But I want to tell you, don't just hide behind your computer, because truly the way to convince somebody that they need to try Plexus is to let them see your passion. Let them hear it in your voice. When they see you, it'll come across, where it won't come across the same way in a Facebook message. So just keep that in mind. Share with them why you're doing this. Tell them why you're telling them about it, because of what it's done for you, or that you're just trying to, make some extra money to help your family finances, and you believe in these products because you know what it's done for somebody else that you know and trust. And then when you're going through your Franks list and you have your 100 or 20 or however many, think about who is on your dream team. And they could be on your dream team because you just love them and you want to do this business with them. And trust me, that makes a big difference. You want to do this with your friends. It makes it so much fun. But also think about the people who have a really large network. Think about the people who are influential and everybody tries to emulate them. Maybe they have a position of influence. Maybe they're a pastor, or their spouse is a pastor, or they're a healthcare professional, or they're a nutritionist, or a physical therapist, or anything like that, where they're in a position of trust. Go after them, because people will respond to them pretty quickly. Okay, begin sharing immediately. And oh my gosh, it's hard to get some new people to understand that it's okay. It's okay to not have your own testimony already, because you can take people on the journey with you. You don't have to say, I have dropped 100 pounds and I'm off 3 prescriptions and my migraines that I had since I was 6 are gone. You don't have to do that. What you can do is say, look, I'm so excited about trying this out. I'd love for you to try it out with me. And then as you go, you're dropping little bits of the benefits that you're experiencing along the journey. So if for the first time you woke up and you weren't groggy and you hopped out of bed, post that on Facebook. Tell that to your friends. If you slept through the night and didn't get up with restless leg syndrome like you had every single night for years before that, this was me, tell everybody that. I mean, those little things, as you could just have the energy to play with your kids by the end of the night, or not craving sugar, being able to look at the bakery goods and not feel like, you're drooling everywhere. Share that with your friends. They want to hear that because they're struggling with those same things. And truly, if you don't share with all of your friends as soon as possible, somebody else is going to share it with them. And I have so many people on my team who are probably, if they're on this call shaking, they're nodding their heads right now, who were devastated because somebody who was on their dream team list, they felt they couldn't approach. They were too intimidated to approach that person, so somebody else did, and they joined that other person's team. And it had to happen to me too, and that stinks. So share first, because Plexus is growing so fast, there's no way they're not going to hear about it from somebody. You might as well have it be you. All right, this next point is probably the most important thing you can do to grow your business. It's called 5-3-1. And it helps you make sure that you're doing income producing activity instead of just scrolling through Facebook, because you'll be surprised how long you can spend scrolling through Facebook, and then you go, okay, well, I read a lot of posts and I learned some things, and I'm done with my Plexus business for the day. But you didn't do anything that's actually going to increase your paycheck. So 5-3-1 means you're going to reach out to 5 people a day if you have the time for that. If you feel that's way too much, you don't have time for that because you're working a 60-hour-a-week job or whatever, you can start with a week. But I would encourage you to push yourself to see if you could at least do 2 a day. But ultimately, the golden rule is 5-3-1. Reach out to 5 people a day to just tell them a little bit about Plexus. Figure out what you want your message to be. Your sponsor will help you craft it, and I have a bunch of examples on my team page. You're just going to say why you're doing this, what you love about Plexus, and that you would love to send them more information. If you want to, you can say you'd love to send them a sample. That's up to you if you want to do that. You're going to follow up with 3 people, because here's the thing. You're going to reach out to 5, and you're not going to hear back from all 5, and you're certainly not going to get yeses from all 5. You need to prepare yourself that some people are just not going to respond. Some people are going to say, thanks, but no thanks. I'm not interested. In your mind, you say, I understand. You're not interested right now. The timing's not right for you. You go back and follow up with those people, even the ones that didn't respond, you're going to follow up with. So whatever you feel comfortable with, I would say at least a few weeks in between. At least a few weeks. Just come back to them whenever you have something else to share. You might want to share that we have a new product. You might be sharing that we have a sale going on. You might want to share that we have a online Facebook event going on so they can get some more information easily from the comfort of their home. But you just kind of keep following up. And I'm telling you, it's worth it, and it worked. Because I have so many people who said no to me the first time. I followed up, I followed up, I followed up. And then the next time, I think I'm kind of interested. Can you tell me a little more? It's crazy, but it's true. So don't get discouraged if you don't get all yeses, because you won't. That's just normal. Okay. I also say try to personalize it to them as much as you can. So if you know that they're dealing with something, if they have Hashimoto's or psoriasis or whatever it is, find a testimony that deals with that and send that to them. Tell them, I was just thinking about you and I ran across this and I wanted to share it with you. Okay? All right. And also diamond documentaries. For people who you think could use the business, and by the way, try not to prejudge, because pretty much everybody could use the business. Who couldn't use an extra, even if it's just $500 a month, pay for kids' camps or, whatever it is, that's a car payment. Everybody could use an extra set of money. So you can send them diamond documentaries that match them. If they're a teacher, we have teacher ones. If they're a nurse, send them one about a nurse. If they are a stay-at-home mom of 5 kids, we've got that. We've got all of them. So as much as you can personalize it is perfect. And here's the other thing. You really don't have to know everything. I promise you don't, because you can't. even 2 years later, I don't know everything. I still am learning every day. It's okay. Your friends will understand. If you don't have the answer, you say, you know what, I'm still kind of new. I'm sorry I don't know the answer, but I'm going to find out for you. And you can look it up. We have tons of resources to find it. You can ask your sponsor who will help you and guide you. And you can go on a 3-way chat or a 3-way phone call. And I really encourage you to do that because your sponsor or somebody on your upline is very experienced and they know how to talk about the products, and they can get on a 3-way call and talk to your prospect for you. And it will give your person, your friend, all the information they need, but in the same time, you're learning what to say. So it's a training for you as well. So really try to utilize that. Okay. Share all of the products and not just the core products. Don't just talk about Slim or Slim and Accelerator, even if that's what they reach out to you about. Well, I've been seeing your posts and I think I'm interested in trying Slim and Accelerator. You say, oh, I'm so excited that you're interested in Plexus. It's not really one size fits all. It works best if I can tailor it to what your needs are. So let's talk about what you've got going on. Do you have any health issues? And at first, it sounds really strange to be asking people personal questions. Some people you may not even know very well. You're going to have people who were a friend of yours in middle school, but you're Facebook friends with them, and they're going to reach out to you, and you're asking them, how much do you poop a day? I'm serious. You're going to be asking them questions about, seriously though, you want to know if they have IBS. You want to know, just what health issues they're dealing with, because that's going to help you tailor the right products to them and give them a very good experience. And they're not going to understand, but almost all of them are going to want to at least start with the triplex because they have to get their gut in balance to help everything else. So you'll want to do a little bit of education for them on why that's important. Okay, share about the business opportunity too. And I'd say that that's probably one of the number one mistakes that new people make is they're hesitant to talk about the business because they don't want their friends to think, oh, I'm just in it for the money. But you know what? Maybe you needed the money, and that's part of the reason why you're doing this business. Why wouldn't your friend maybe need it too? So I feel like you're kind of doing your friends a disservice if you don't let them know, hey, maybe even if it's just that they want the wholesale pricing. We have so many diamond ambassadors that started out as an ambassador just for the wholesale pricing, saying that they would never in a million years sell. But they were already an ambassador. They were loving the products. And when somebody asked them, hey, you look really good, what are you doing? It was so easy for them to say, well, I'm doing Plexus. I actually have a website. You could just order from that website if you want to try it. And then boom, they're in business. They see that first paycheck. They're like, wow, that was amazing. And that was so easy. And they're off and they catch the bug. All right. Order brochures and 3-day trial packs. I mean, that's up to you. I usually only give out 1 stick of Slim when I am giving out a sample. Otherwise, I ask them to buy it if they're not ready to go with the 30-day supply. But I tell most people, you can get all your money back. It's so easy. All you have to do is within 60 days, call customer service and tell them to refund your credit card. So there's really no point in buying a 3-day or 7-day pack. But if you really want to, go order it from the website. If they just want a sample so they can taste it, which is honestly a ton of people who are worried that it's going to taste disgusting, give them a Slim sample. Let them try it. They'll see that it tastes good, and then they can order. Let's see. We already talked about listen when people are talking, and this is on Facebook too. You'll see on Facebook people are complaining, and I would say message them privately when you see that and say, I saw that you're dealing with a migraine right now. I have something that you might want to try because it's worked for a lot of other people. All right, purchase and wear Plexus swag. So wearing your Plexus t-shirt or hat, carrying around a Plexus cup, drinking your pink drink, and even if it's not in a Plexus cup, drinking your pink drink, pour it, mix it in front of your coworkers or while you're at the soccer game in front of the other moms and all that stuff. They're going to be looking over at you like, what are you drinking? And then it's a perfect opportunity to start talking about it. All right, we're almost through marketing, guys. Posting on Facebook. Posting on Facebook is huge. If you're on Facebook, you want to utilize this because you can reach more people more quickly than any other way that you have to communicate about Plexus. So if you feel time crunched, like you can't do at least one post a day because your life is crazy, there's an app called Buffer that you can use, and you can sit down Sunday night or whenever you have time and schedule all your posts throughout the week. You don't have to make up all of your own posts. Facebook friends some other people on our team, on other teams, other people you know, your upline, whoever. I also say follow some jewels, and I give a list here of some different ones. By the way, I'm going to make this PowerPoint available to you guys later, but Facebook friend them, or if they're not accepting friends, just follow them. You can use any post that you see anybody else do. One of the great things about Plexus is we all help each other. We all share. And when I say that, don't be surprised if you see people share your posts. When you do come up with an original one, don't be upset if somebody uses it, because really it's just, to me, I think it's flattering. That means they like my post enough that they want to use it. But even though I say you can use other posts and you want to mix things up, truly try to personalize as much as you can, because your Facebook audience, your friends, and your family care most about what you think of the products. So if you're just, whatever it is, if it's just anything about how, wow, it tastes so good, this was such a pick-me-up, I needed it today, they want to hear that, and say a picture of you drinking your pink drink on the way to the gym or whatever. Pictures of you will get them to stop and read your post. Okay. Meet up with friends in person. This goes along with what I said about try not to hide behind your computer screen. I know it's so easy to do that, but you'll find if you make a lunch date with a friend or you meet up for drinks or whatever it is, if you've been posting on Facebook, your friends are probably going to ask you about it. So you don't even have to bring it up. They're going to be like, I've been seeing these Plexus posts, so what is that? And it's the perfect opportunity for you to start talking about it. Don't hijack them. Tell them you're just going to go to lunch and then spend the entire lunch talking Plexus. They will not appreciate that. So if Plexus doesn't come up because they ask you, you can bring it up. Find a good way to bring it up, talk about it a little bit, and then move on, because you want to make sure that your friends know you're still friends with them. I mean, you're not just friends with them to sell them Plexus. You still want to keep your friends, even if they say no to you for 5 years. Okay. Which eventually they'll give in. All right, host an event, or if you're not ready for that, you can invite them to other people's events. There are Plexus events going on all over the country all the time. Your sponsor and your upline can help you find one, but I really, really encourage you to do one of your own, and it can be small, it can be huge. You can make it a whole party, or you can just invite, 3 or 4 of your girlfriends from book club to go have lunch. Tell them, hey, I'd love to share with you this Plexus stuff. But again, when they see you talking and they see that you're sincere and they hear your passion, it's going to make all the difference. Okay. So this is what I think is the formula to success. You post on Facebook to make people aware of the products. You private message them to tailor it to them and their needs, and why you think it would be good for them. And then you personally invite them to either have coffee with you, go to an event, or something like that. Okay. Just a few things about your Plexus posts. Like I said, make it personal and not salesy. You don't ever want it to be, buy now, or what are you waiting for? Now's the best time. Because that's not, I say, try to act like you're talking to your best friend sitting across from you. You wouldn't say that. Ensure your posts are targeted to your market. So if you are in your early 20s and none of your friends have kids and stuff like that, you're probably not going to be posting about how it helps moms keep up with their little ones, or how it helps with, rheumatoid arthritis for the elderly or something like that. Versus if you are a soccer mom, post about soccer moms, that kind of thing. It'll help them relate to it a little bit better. throw in some funny posts because it catches attention. Put in a couple articles about ingredients and how safe they are. And I love to put in tons of posts about all of the doctors and other healthcare and medical professionals who not only approve of Plexus, but are using it and endorsing it. Because I think that that says a lot. And there are very few other companies out there that can say that. And that, I think, really sets us apart. Okay. And when I said Facebook friend other people so that you can use their posts, also it's great for support. So make sure that you're liking and commenting on other people's posts before you use it yourself. And you don't want to click share. You want to copy, paste it, and do a new post. Because if they have it set to anything other than public, your audience won't see it. It will only be their audience and your mutual friends. So don't click share, just copy and paste it into a new post. But make sure you like and comment on their post to help bump it in the news feed. And when you start doing that to other people, they'll do it for you too. And that will bump it up in your news feed because Facebook has these algorithms where you do not see all of your friends' posts and they don't see yours. So a very small percentage of your friends are actually seeing your posts. But the more comments you have on a post, the higher it bumps in the newsfeed and more people will see it. So also make sure that you're going through and commenting on your friends' posts sometimes who are not with Plexus so that you are still seeing their posts and they are seeing yours too. Let's see, we already talked about you can use anybody's posts and don't click share. You want to save it. Okay. More Facebook tips. Make sure you're not all of a sudden doing only Plexus posts because it will turn your friends and family off and they won't want to keep following you. So continue to just post about all the same stuff that you used to post too. If you're doing 3 posts a day or 4 posts a day, have one of them be Plexus and all the other ones are not. Also, just be aware that your Facebook page is now your business page too. So just try to keep it positive and clean because otherwise you're going to turn people off. When you post your website, which in the beginning I think is a good thing, but you don't want to do it in your post. You want to do it in the comments underneath. As you go, I wouldn't post it as often because it does seem more salesy. I prefer for somebody to reach out to me and ask me about Plexus so that I can tell them what I want, the information I want to share with them, because I really feel like we have a good website, but people can get lost. They're not quite sure where to go and what information to look at when they go straight there, and you can lose people that way. So you want to personalize the experience by having them reach out to you, and then you can give them some information and send them your website. If you have people that you don't want to have see your Plexus posts, which is really common, I mean, maybe your ex-boyfriend, your old boss, whoever it is, you can set up a separate distribution list just for your Plexus posts so that the people you don't want to see your Plexus posts will never see them. If you need help on that, ask your sponsor or your upline and we can help you do that. When you have people comment on your Plexus posts and maybe they ask a question, try to respond in the comments because I promise you, you're going to have people stalking your Plexus posts. At the beginning, you might have people liking and commenting, especially liking your posts, and then it'll kind of taper off. You're like, nobody's even caring. Nobody's watching my posts anymore. I promise you they are. There are all these stalkers out there who are reading every one of your Plexus posts, and they're thinking about it. They're waiting. They're trying to decide, and you want to give them as much information as possible. So they will be reading through the comments. So I like to give them as much information as you can. Continuously expand your friends on Facebook. When I started, I was very private on Facebook, and I only had 100 Facebook friends because I wanted it to only be my super close friends and family. And then I started Plexus, and I was like, I have to give that up. So now I Facebook friend anybody who I kind of even remotely know. I just do. And I still only have like 600 and something Facebook friends, and there are people out there who have like thousands. But because it's such a great way to market your business, it's awesome. Like if you're at a play date with another mom and you're taking pictures of the kids, you're like, oh, hey, I'll post this in our, our class Facebook group. So let's be Facebook friends, and I'll send it to you or whatever. However it works out, if you can find a way to Facebook friend them, that's such a non-invasive way for them to start seeing information about Plexus without you having to say, hey, I sell Plexus, let me tell you about it. All right. We are not allowed to post prices for products other than you can put the $34.95 join fee on Facebook. But you can message people, obviously, and tell them how much the products are. And we are now not allowed to state disease names. So on Facebook, you can't say Plexus products may help with lupus and fibromyalgia and, even migraines, eczema, all these things. We can't say that, but we can say all the symptoms that would go along with that. So if you were trying to say migraines, you might say, chronic head pain that, comes with the sensitivity to light and sound and things like that. So you can describe all the symptoms, but don't state the disease name. And before and after pics, we currently cannot do. We will be able to soon when we have a disclaimer to go with it. And also make sure you're posting about the business opportunity. You might just be posting about how you're so happy that you are able to pay for the kids' camp or your car payment or your mortgage or whatever it is that you were able to pay for that month. Or just the stress off of your family finances, because a lot of people deal with that. All right, these are the Plexus product categories, and I am going to hand it over, and I believe, isn't it, Fran? Are you taking this one?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to hand over control to you. Oops. Go back up. All right. Hold on. Let me give you control. Okay. All right, you should have control now. You have it?
Okay, let me see. No.
No? All right, hold on. Try again.
Try again? No.
Here we go. Y'all are thinking about your questions you want to ask at the end, right? You must have control because it won't let me give you control. You don't have control?
I don't think so. I'm like trying to move the slides and I can't.
Okay. Yeah, it says host next to your name. Try it now.
Really? Okay. Maybe. How do I move slides then?
You can't change it? Technical difficulties? No? Okay, I'll just change it for you. It's all right.
Okay.
Just tell me when you want me to.
Sure. Okay. So first of all, it's past my bedtime. So if I sound like really tired, I'm sorry. But I'm going to talk a little bit about the products. And y'all, if you're just starting out, you don't have to know everything about the products. You will pretty much learn as you go, but you want to have a general knowledge. And I say that only because you will feel more confident when somebody asks you about Plexus if you do know a little bit about it. So, but I know I can say this for my team, and I'm sure you can say it with your personal upline. I'm always willing to be added to like a 3-way message or something like that with a new team member and one of their prospects to talk about the products. So I'm sure that's true for y'all. I pretty much know all the leaders on this team and they're very helpful. So if you don't feel confident, you don't feel like you know enough, like talk to your upline and add them to a 3-way message, and that'll kind of help you learn as well. So some of the different categories for the Plexus products is weight loss, of course. I know we hear about that a lot. Some of the products that can help with weight loss are the Slim, Boost, Block, Accelerator, and P96. Jennifer, do you want me to go into more detail right now? I can't remember how the slides go.
No, I think that's good.
That's good. Okay.
Just basically, if you guys are not already aware, we obviously have so much more than just weight loss. So
right.
that's what you want to communicate to others.
Yes. And then we have detoxification, which is the ProBio and the BioCleanse. And then pain relief, which I feel like we don't talk about that enough, or at least I don't talk about this enough, but the Ease Cream and the capsules, and then the nerve health support. And then, of course, general wellness, which would be the X Factor vitamins, Mega X body cream, and the breast check kit. Okay, do you want to go forward if you don't want me to elaborate?
And try it again. Just make sure you don't have it, right?
Let me try. Yeah. I don't think I do.
Don't worry about it. We're good.
Ooh, this is okay, so the Fab 4 is the Triplex plus X Factor, and I honestly, this is my favorite, but you got to add in Mega X because that makes it that much better. The Mega X is awesome. This was probably made when the Mega X had first come out, but anyway, so the Fab 4, I think most of us are probably on this to some extent. But that includes the Slim, and the Slim, as we know, is the flagship product. It's the powder we put in the drink or the water. It's going to regulate our blood sugar. It helps with appetite, feeling fuller faster, better mood, more energy. It helped me with my cholesterol, helps with blood pressure, tons of different stuff. Sugar cravings, soda cravings, all that good stuff. But also, just so you guys know, it is marketed towards weight loss, but there are some people out there that absolutely do not want to lose weight. And I want y'all to know that if you do not need to lose weight, you will not lose weight with the Slim. I took this all throughout my pregnancy, gained a very healthy 40 pounds, and it didn't hinder my weight gain or the baby's weight gain at any point. So if somebody doesn't need to lose weight, tell them they don't have to be scared of the Slim. It really is for overall health and regulating blood sugar. The ProBio, which I'm obsessed with, I think most of us are. The ProBio is an awesome probiotic. You can tell people that it's special because not only does it contain the good bacteria that our gut needs, that most probiotics do, it will replenish that gut flora, but it also has digestive enzymes and an antifungal to kill that bad bacteria that's living in our gut. That makes this probiotic special because a lot of probiotics don't have that antifungal. So it's really doing its job. It's also freeze-dried and microencapsulated, which means that it's going to survive in the temperature of our body, as well as it's formulated not to open until it gets to our gut so that it actually does its job where the job is needed. So not all probiotics do that. This is going to help with things like energy, carb cravings, sugar cravings, autoimmune disorders, migraines, insomnia, mental focus, fatigue, brain fog. For me, I had postpartum depression after I had my daughter Everly. It helped with that. It helps with so many things, digestive issues. The list goes on and on. ADHD, I know we have some people that have gotten off their meds. That's not compliant to say on Facebook, but you can tell people in private messages that. Then the BioCleanse, it's a daily gentle magnesium supplement. It's going to flush out all the toxins, especially the ones that are killed by the ProBio. It's going to oxygenate the blood, and it's really just going to keep the digestive system working properly. BioCleanse is awesome. And then the X Factor is an amazing multivitamin. I actually took this throughout pregnancy in lieu of a prenatal. It has aloe in it, which helps with the absorption of vitamins and nutrients up to 300%. Not only it helps with the vitamins in the actual X Factor, but also the ones we get through food. It helps with energy. And if you take it with the Slim, it's supposed to enhance the Slim. It just helps you absorb the vitamins. It's got lots of B vitamins that usually we can't absorb orally. That's why people get those vitamin B shots. But with the X Factor and the aloe in it, it helps us absorb the B vitamin. And it's also got New Zealand black currant? I can't remember, but that's just a natural source of iron. Also, it has legitimate folate. It's not the folic acid, which now they're kind of figuring isn't as good for you as they thought. And so this actually has folate in it, which is good. And I think most of us know the Slim Probiome BioCleanse is the triplex. It comes in a bundle that is discounted. So, okay, you can move on unless you've got something you want to add to it.
Yep, that's perfect. Maybe I'll move on if it'll let me. There we go.
Okay, this cannot be posted publicly, just so y'all know. If you want to kind of save this to your phone as a little cheat sheet, but you always want to ask somebody who says that they're interested in Plexus. Make sure you ask them what their health goals are. Don't ever assume that it's weight loss. Don't ever assume that it's energy or, just never assume what their health goals are. Always ask them. And so if they say, man, I've been struggling with migraines, or I've got this autoimmune disease, or whatever it is, here are some different product combos for what they might be struggling with. Usually their health goals fall within the triplex. That's usually what I recommend first. But sometimes I recommend other things. So especially if you look down like the joint and muscle pain, inflammation, stuff like that with the ease line. So yeah, you can save that to your phone. Just don't post it publicly.
Yeah, we can message people. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, product instructions. This is really important, and it's also part of customer service, is making sure that you follow up with your new ambassadors and your new customers. Make sure they know how to take their products, and especially if they're taking the triplex, follow up with them frequently, because if they start going through some sort of detox, or if their product, it's not a one size fits all. So you want to work with them and kind of figure out how their body is going to best respond. You want to make sure you're available to them, because not everyone's going to come to you if they have an issue. They're just going to quit taking it, and you're going to come back to them like a month later and they would have stopped like 3 weeks ago. So make sure you keep up with them. Follow up is really important. Some keys to success for taking the products, of course, is be consistent. If they can't remember to take their pills or drink their Slim, there's different apps that you can have them download on their phone that will remind them when to take their stuff. Water is extremely important when you're taking Plexus. Our bodies need water. A lot of us do not get enough water. So make sure that you tell them to drink half their body weight in ounces of water a day. If their goal is weight loss, a diet high in protein, especially at breakfast to kind of kickstart their metabolism, is really important. And Plexus is just a tool. It's not a miracle. They cannot continue to eat junk food and not exercise and expect to lose weight. So just encourage kind of like healthy habits, and Plexus is a tool that will make it easier to make healthier choices and to have more energy to work out. And we have a 60-day money-back guarantee, which means that it's a rolling 60 days. So somebody can use the products for 6 months. If they decide they don't like it, they can get the previous 60 days worth of their money back. So always ask people to commit to at least 60 days. It is going to take their body a while to get healthy. These products are working from the inside out. We didn't get unhealthy overnight. We're not going to get healthy overnight. So have them commit to 60 days and reassure them if you do not find that you're having any sort of success after 60 days, you can get your money back, no questions asked. They will not have you send stuff back. Just commit to that 60 days. And if they do and they're really consistent, it's unlikely that they will ask for their money back. But if they do and you're new, just so you know, it's an extremely easy process. All you have to do is have them call in, they ask for their money back, and it's refunded within like 3 to 5 days. So it's very easy.
And by the way, just in case you don't know, if somebody gets a refund, they do not take it out of your commission. You still get to keep your commission, which, you know, is amazing. I think that's fantastic that Plexus does that.
Yes. So start slowly on the products. I have like a little graphic that shows people how to start on the triplex, and it's just slowly introducing things. Especially like there are a lot of people that take different quantities of the BioCleanse. It's not a one size fits all. For some people, taking 4 would be way too much, and for some people, taking 4 is not enough. So work with everybody to meet their specific needs. And just have people start slow. And that's usually because some people go through a detox period if you start them too quick on the ProBio. And that just, it can scare people off. So you just want to kind of start them a little bit slower. If you have blood pressure issues or heart issues, or one of your prospects, do not have them take Accelerator or Boost. And if somebody is on antidepressants, the Accelerator is not okay. And that's because the Accelerator has natural serotonin increaser called 5-HTP in it. And if they take Accelerator and their antidepressant, too much serotonin is going to cause the opposite effect, which is more depression. So if I'm ever talking to a prospect and they talk about the Accelerator, I say, I'm going to ask you a weird question. Are you on antidepressants or do you have high blood pressure? I always just make sure, because that's something you don't want to mess with. So, and then space out meds, especially thyroid medication and Plexus products, by at least 3 hours to allow for the meds to absorb before you put the Plexus in as well. And Ease products have shellfish in them. So if somebody has an allergy, just you need to let them know about that. And if somebody is like, if this is weird, but I think about this kind of stuff. If somebody is Jewish and very kosher, some of the pills have pork. I guess
the ProBio 5 that has the gelatin in the capsule, because it has to be in there so that it doesn't release in your stomach. It has to have that so that it doesn't release until it gets into your intestines where it's more needed. If it broke down in your stomach, then all of the bacteria or most of it would die off before it got to where it's needed. So they couldn't figure out a vegan way to do that. So, but to my knowledge, it's just the ProBio 5 that has that. The others have vegetable capsules, right?
I think there's a couple more. I want to say it's like X Factor and Block.
Really?
But,
I'll check on that.
Yeah, check on that. Anyways, those are the little things that I think about. So, okay, I'm ready.
I think you went through some of this.
Yes, just setting expectations. They're not going to lose 50 pounds in 2 weeks. So just make sure that you set those kind of expectations with them about that. Let me see. Samples are for taste. Yes. Let's see. Encourage everyone to order as preferred or ambassador. This is the cheapest way, but I always let somebody know right off the bat that Ambassador is the cheapest way, but it does not come with the 60-day money-back guaranteed like the preferred customer does. So I just let them know that and then make their own decision on it. If they do choose to go with preferred, it's extremely easy to upgrade later. And I always encourage people, my preferred customers, to upgrade after the first or second month if they really like it.
Yeah, because even if they don't want the business like to really go for it, they can at least get their products paid for.
Exactly. Yes. Boost is best for active people. That's correct. It helps with endurance. It's a great pre-workout. It'll help them burn some extra calories during their workout. Follow up. We talked about that. It's really important to follow up with people and make sure that they're doing okay. And I always tell people right off the bat about the detox and that more water is needed, and just start them slow. And then, yeah, troubleshoot with customers, not one size fits all.
Perfect. Okay, thank you, Francesca.
You're welcome.
Michelle, are you ready? You want me to just page down for you?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, this is Michelle Mullen. She is, I didn't say, Francesca's a senior gold ambassador. Michelle is a senior ruby ambassador.
Hello, everybody. I'm sorry, my camera's really high and my notes are really low, so forgive me for looking down a lot, but I want to go through this as quickly as I can because I know it's getting late and you guys are probably like me going, wow, that's a lot of information. So I'm going to move quickly.
And it's the last segment, too.
Yes. I'm not going to read everything on this slide. I'm going to just hit some highlights. You'll get these slides. You can look at them while I'm talking. You can read them. So basically, we talked about knowledge. Like Fran said and Jen said, you don't have to know everything right away. You can tell them, let me check on that. Know the very basics. And but as you have more time, train yourself, learn more, and be curious about it. And there's all kinds of YouTube videos that are really, really informative. There's Jennifer Pickett. She's excellent. She's a dietitian, nutritionist, and so I love her videos. I'll send them to people because she has very short videos on each product and explains how they work quickly, easily, in layman's terms. But there's all kinds of also training videos on how to work this business, which is really good. Tara Castaneda, Rachel Rogers, just some, ask your upline for these names or just search around on Facebook. But I think that these are the top-notch people on training. So get some training, attend an opportunity meeting because that's really, really every time you'll learn something new. Attend a training call like tonight. That's also, even though I have been doing this for over 2 years, I still pick up a nugget or two each time I'm listening to other people, other ambassadors talk about their experiences and learn something. So let's see, ask your upline. If you have questions, ask your upline. I love it when my ambassadors talk to me and ask me a zillion questions because I know that they are engaged and want to work the business and go for it. And so you're never ever bothering your upline when you ask them questions. Let's see, moving on. This is network marketing. It's relationship marketing. It's about building and nurturing and helping people. And so that goes for your customers, your potential customers, your ambassadors, and you just want to embrace your friends. These are your friends. And like Jen had said on the marketing, you want to still have interesting personal posts that don't involve Plexus. It's all about really your relationships. And you want to, let me look my notes really quick. Okay, I did that. Your friends are watching you. They're going to want you to see, is she serious? Is this a fad? Is this something she's going to give up in a month? And they're not going to jump on board right away. You're going to have, some people who are going to sit back and see what you do with it. And if you stay consistent with your products, first of all, you want to be a product of the product. So take your products religiously, consistently, and work to become the product of the product, and that helps your business and helps your belief in the products and your success and commitment. So it also helps you help your customers, because you know if you're consistent, if they're consistent, they're going to be successful as well. And a happy customer equals a happy ambassador on your team. Let's see, but you want to post consistently. You don't want to be someone who just posts once a month and people are not going to believe that you believe in the product. And it really is about belief, passion, commitment. Those things are what you would share with anybody about your favorite movie, your favorite book, all these things. It's not selling, it's sharing your passion. And when you have been consistent with your products, you feel great and you have belief in the products, and then you want to share it. And so I like to look at it that way, because I was very hesitant when I started. I was like, oh, I don't want to sell at all. This is not me or comfortable with me, but I am the biggest sharer. I will share anything with you that I think could help you. And so once I realized that this is really, truly, I live and breathe Plexus, because it's made such a difference in my life, a life-changing product, and I want it to help other people. So it's kind of just very important for you to build your own belief and passion and commitment for the products and the business, and that will come with time, especially if you're consistent. And so as you post, you also want to be consistent, like I said, but also give yourself 10 to 15 minutes a day. Set a timer, don't scroll through Facebook in those 10 to 15 minutes. Sit down, reach out to potential friends. If you have ambassadors, train one of your ambassadors, reach out to them. This is about relationships. You're trying to help them succeed too. And also connect with your customers. Make sure everything's going okay, follow up like they said. But follow up with your potentials as well. Don't just reach out once and then give up and, oh, they said no, like Jennifer said. Just keep on trying, keep on touching base. I like to look, I don't know if you said too much about it, Jen, but you can set up a non-Plexus friends little list on Facebook. And you click on that, and you can just look at those people.
Can I get a Mexican Cobb salad, please?
Sorry, make sure you're on mute, guys.
Someone's ordering a salad. They're being very healthy.
I know. I think I know who it is, too, and I'm not going to say it, but make sure you're on mute. And I don't know, did y'all see this writing on here? I don't know where that came from at all.
I think one of your kids came into the room.
No, I don't have any kids in here. I pushed them out. Anyway.
Well, let me see. Where was I? I totally
interrupted you, but while I interrupted you, I want to say I completely forgot to mention what the 1 is of 531. So 5 is reach out to 5 new people. 3 is follow up with 3 people, whether it's customers, ambassadors, or potentials. And 1 is train yourself or somebody on your team, whether it's watching a video, reading a book, anything like that. Training is very important, which is part of this page. Okay, do you remember what you were saying, Michelle?
I think so. I think I was talking about how you can make an entire Facebook feed for your non-Plexus friends so that you can go through and scroll through. You want to comment on their, not just like, comment on their goings-on, because it teaches Facebook that you're friends with this person and that they will see more of your posts, be it regular posts or Plexus posts. So you want to comment on them. But I like to look around, like she said, looking for people complaining about their health or their wealth. And then I add them to my people I need to talk to. Those are my potentials. You would be surprised at how many people are talking about how tired they are, how broke they are, how in pain they are. And I'm telling you, these people need our products. I really, truly believe that. I think with time, you'll start to see that you believe it too. And that's why it's important to be consistent and be committed, and you will build the belief, and all of this will become natural to you. Because believe me, I thought it was not going to be ever natural to me, and yet it is 2 years later. You can probably flip through the next slide. I might have hit some of that stuff as well on that one. Let's see, we've got consistency. Yes, yes. Yeah, we've already done that. You can go to the next slide about growing your team.
Oh, you already did this? You can't
Pretty much.
work it, you can work it part-time, but not sometimes. Figure out.
Yeah,
you can work.
consistency is key.
Okay. Let's see.
So this is, you want to see how your customers are liking it, and you can chat with them before the end of the month. Do they want to keep ordering? Are they happy? What do they want to do? And explain that if they are really happy with the products, that they can get them for cheaper by being wholesale ambassadors. I would not recommend this for someone who is not ordering at least 100 PV, because unless they are going to start the business right away, give them another month to get some belief under their belt, and then approach them again. You know, as an ambassador, you have to have 100 PV to, well, they can still get the products at wholesale pricing if they are an ambassador, but they don't. They have to make sure to turn off their backup order. It's kind of complicated, and like Jennifer said, you want to have some customers as well as some ambassadors. So evaluate with your upline if this person is a good candidate for being an ambassador. If you are wondering, or if they're really gung-ho about sharing the products, making them an ambassador, because it's not just their products that they have to buy. They can also sell up to 100 PV and then start making commissions. All your new ambassadors, you need to add them to your team page. If you don't have a team page, add them to your upline's team page and on up. Depending on how new they are, I will usually add them to the first 2 uplines and wait a little bit longer for like the main Celeste upline page. You want to add them to the new ambassador training page that Jennifer has put together for us, which is very informative, and then help them through it. Walk them through it, check in with them, see if they have any questions about what they're reading about. You can do a 3-way call with your new ambassador, yourself, and your upline. That is really helpful because it builds belief that it's not just, it shows your new ambassador that it's not just you who's Plexus crazy. There are other people who are loving the products and believe in the business as well, which helps build belief for them. Schedule training, help them train. You can use the new ambassador training page to use as a guideline just to walk through training your new ambassador. If you have questions, put yourself and your new ambassador and your upline in a 3-way Facebook chat or email or text or whatever. If you have 5 to 10 more ambassadors on your underneath you, start your own team page, and then you can talk directly to all of your ambassadors at the same time. All right, Jen, you have anything to add?
No, that was perfect.
Alrighty. So here's all the team pages that you can add people to, and I won't go through all of that, but there's also very good information just in our back office and training on the back office, in the back office. So there's that. Thepowertools.com is $10 per year, and it kind of gives you some, it gives you some graphics and some information and some scientific background on the products, ingredients, and also some letters that you can send out to potential customers and ambassadors and stuff like that. So you can dig around on that. If you're on my downline, you can just message me and I'll give you my information. You can look around before you decide if you want it, or just look around on there. I can send you information if you ask me. Let's see. There's an ambassador support page. That's really great if you want to go learn a little bit more. Don't spend all your day on that page though, because it's it can be a time suck. So if you have questions, ask your upline first. And if they don't know, then go to the ambassador support page and search for that in the little search bar on the top right, and look for a keyword, whatever you're looking for, and see if you can find information about that. So the new welcome pack is supposed to be really excellent, and team training calls. All right.
And you know what? I'll just touch on one thing here that is also a really good strategy to use. If you have somebody who's interested in Plexus and they have maybe a certain condition that they're dealing with, we have these testimonial pages on Facebook for just about anything, diabetes, ADHD, you name it. There is a Plexus testimonial page, and you can add them to that so they can scroll through and see all these amazing testimonies and get great information. I also run a page on Facebook called Hashimoto's and thyroid issues, a Plexus discussion, something like that. It has, I think, over 400 people on there, and there's lots of great articles and information on there. There's so many people dealing with thyroid issues, and Plexus helps so much. So you're welcome to first, ask your upline to add you to it if you're not on there, and then you're welcome to add any of your friends or family who are dealing with thyroid issues onto that page. And the other thing is, I also run a customer page. Lots of people on my team have their own customer page, and you are absolutely welcome to run your own. If you don't feel like doing that yet, you're welcome to add your customers to my customer page. And I don't post on a ton. I don't want to overwhelm people, but I will post about sales. I'll post a little bit of information about a specific product, some tips on getting the best results, that kind of thing. So you're welcome to add them to that. It's called the Plexus Path, and ask your sponsor or me if you want to be added to that too.
That's a good point. And when you get these testimonies off of these Facebook pages, don't post them on your Facebook page, but send them directly to your potential person who has this issue as inspiration and information for them, how it has helped other people with the same issue. But like she said earlier, we can't post on Facebook the exact names of these diseases.
Yeah. Okay. Is that it for that one? Done. Oh, no. You have one more slide.
So I think you've already done this, because you said the goal is the power of 3. So get your 3 customers, and best case scenario, make those customers, make sure they're happy by helping them get through detox. That's the biggest key. And then turn them into 3 happy ambassadors and help them get 3 happy customers each. It just keeps building and building. And I was someone who shared right away. I think I took it for maybe a week or 2 and just started posting about how great it was, because I was lucky, because I did feel it fairly quickly, and just the lack of cravings. I didn't have any big, wow, I've lost 50 pounds either. I just started saying, hey, I like this stuff. So you can start sharing. I didn't know anything about it. I asked Jennifer 1,000 questions every day. And so I know some people like to wait until the very end of their transformation, but I think that it's kind of, it's kind of nice for people to see you go on the journey with you. And I had a ton of people join me on that journey. And actually my 3 friends who are, one's about to be Ruby and Senior Gold. I have 3 Senior Golds right now, and they are killing it. And I have other ones who are about to go silver as well. So don't wait. Just start sharing. Give it a go and be consistent. And I think you will have as much fun with it as we all have. And because we're a fun team, and Jennifer is really, really a great leader. So we're very lucky to have that kind of leadership helping us along the way.
Thank you, Michelle. Your check is in the mail. No, honestly, I really encourage you to not get overwhelmed by all this information and think, okay, I have to get all my ducks in a row and I won't have time to do that until September when the kids are in school. Just get going. You can just do a little bit. You don't have to do a ton, whether you just want to get your products covered or you want to eventually move to the point where you can quit your job and have a great income that replaces your current income. You can do that too, but you got to start. The first thing is you just have to start. And we're all here to help you. You have so much support. You are never alone. So anything you need, we are here for. So I'm going to open it up and say, does anyone have any questions? And is there anything that we didn't cover that you would like for me to go over quickly?
I forgot to say about your why, but I think we've talked a lot about whys. And
yeah, the why is important because, you know, we talk about this. Plexus is an amazing journey, and it's so much fun, but there are highs and lows because you're going to be so excited that your best friend asked for information about Plexus, and then you're going to be so bummed that the next day she didn't join, and the week after that she didn't join, you know, but then 2 months later, maybe she'll join. You never know. There's highs and lows. You just can't let the lows get you down. And if you are low, you need to think about why you really started and think deeply on why it is, because it's probably not just that you want an extra $500 a month. Why do you want that? What does that mean for your family? Does that mean that you can go on an extra trip this year with your family? Does it mean that your husband is not going to be so cranky because your finances are not tight? Whatever it is, but think about what it is for you. My why was I wanted to quit my job and stay home with my kids, and on my down days, I really thought about that. And it's what got me through. And then I was able to quit my job. I actually quit it a year ago and have been able to stay home with my kids, which has been amazing. And now I'm at a point where I am, you know, it's all gravy from here. Everything I'm making from here on out is above what I was ever making in corporate America. And it's so much more fun. And I'm doing it with my friends. And I just feel very, very grateful and blessed that I get to help people along the way. So very rewarding. All right, I'm opening up.
And it changes too. Your why can change, because mine at first was just to cover my products because I didn't feel comfortable costing my family money. And in the second month, the first month I covered the cost of joining, which I was so jazzed about. The second month I covered my products, have covered my products for me and my entire family since the second month. And now it's, I was going to college, graduated college. I didn't have a clue that I was going to not need to find a job. So now I get to not have to work a 40-hour in the office job. I get to work from home and be flexible. And my next goal is to retire my husband so he can just consult when he wants to. So hopefully that's soon.
Mm-hmm. And we have actually a lot of people on the team who've been able to stay at home with their kids and quit their job and just enjoy their Plexus income, working on their phone and their iPads by the pool or wherever. Okay, sorry, I keep moving this. I'm trying to get up here to see how many people we have left on here and who's on here. So unmute your phone and tell us if you have any questions or anything that you would like covered either now or on a future training. And thank you, Francesca, and thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
We have a question on the Zoom group chat from John.
Okay. Why am I not seeing it? Here it is. No, I don't see it. What is it?
Oh, it says, where can I find information about the benefits for those with the autoimmune problems? I know several that would benefit, and I'm guessing having information I could send them would help. Example, lupus. How does the Slim ProBio BioCleanse Ease X Factor help them? I'm guessing the powertools.com page would help with this, just looking for the best way to reach out to them.
Okay. So there are different Facebook pages for there. I think there's one specifically for autoimmune, which would be a great one to send them to. You know, add them to that, and you can even tag them in certain posts if you see one that you think they would really relate to. And then you'll see in that page, people talk about which products help and why. and you can pull that information and send it to them. And we have testimonials on our team too, which I'm happy to, make sure that they're okay with sharing with you. But I have so many people. The people on our team are really amazing, and they all support each other and help each other out. If you have somebody who's dealing with an issue and you think that they would like to talk to somebody else who's been through that with Plexus and Plexus helped them, I'm sure we can set up a 3-way call, or if you'd prefer a 3-way chat. And, I think it really helps to hear from somebody who dealt with the same thing. And if that didn't answer your question, let me know. Okay.
I believe there's a couple of extra YouTube videos also that cover lupus and autoimmune diseases.
Yes, absolutely.
You can always just search on the very top bar when you're looking at Facebook. The very, very top bar, you can search under the Facebook app, Plexus Autoimmune, and it'll bring up all sorts of interesting information for you.
Mm-hmm.
As well as on YouTube, you can do that. You can search Plexus and whatever the disease you're looking for or issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to get to the message. Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question. My cousin signed me up for everything, paid for all of my fees and my welcome bag and everything, and maybe I can call her, or Megan is above her. But how do I, what spiel do I give, my friends and family to, how much is it? Because they're going to ask how much it costs for their welcome bag. And I saw is the fee, the $34.95, is that the only thing they pay plus their welcome bag, or how does that all work?
So the $34.95 is an annual fee for the website. That's what gives them the replicated website that puts them in business, because it's an all-online business. Right. Which, by the way, I just found out other companies charge $40 a month for that. It's crazy. Wow. Anyway, so it's only $34.95 a year for your website. And then the welcome pack is separate. That's their products that they can get below wholesale pricing one time. It's the only time you can ever get products that cheap. So we do encourage them to get the welcome pack. But when you're talking about pricing, I also like to say sometimes people get a little bit of sticker shock when they hear how much it is. But when you talk to them about how, I don't know where you are in your journey, but for sure at some point you're going to notice that you're not craving sodas and sweets and snacks and all this stuff as much. So you're saving all this money on that. People save a ton of money coming off of their prescriptions. Just plus the fact that if you're healthier, you're not going to be going to the doctor as much. You're not going to be needing those prescriptions as much. All of that kind of stuff. You can pay for prevention on the front end or pay to treat your illness on the back end. And I think prevention is the way to go. But, the key thing when you're talking about the price, if people feel like that's really expensive, is you say you have 60 days to use all the products. And if you aren't loving it, no questions asked, they're going to refund your credit card, which is amazing because you cannot go into CVS or Walgreens or GNC or any of those others and say, I want to take all of these products, consume them for 60 days, and then say, give me my money back. They're not going to do it. So there's no risk. There's no risk at all. They might as well try it out.
But that is only for preferred customers, not ambassadors.
That's not true. That's for retail and preferred customers.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes, it does. I think she signed me up not even a week ago. I'm still waiting on my products in the mail. So I'm excited.
Yeah. No, it'll be awesome. And you have a great upline, so you're going to get all the help you need. And I'm here to support you too, whatever you need to do. If you guys are not local and you want to do an event, you can host an event, and then your sponsor or your upline who's not in the same city can Zoom in just like this and give their testimony or even present the whole thing if you don't feel ready for it. We're there to support you, so don't worry if you don't feel comfortable talking, you're not ready to do it. we're there. We got you.
Okay. Well, if you guys know of any events in Northeastern Ohio, let me know.
I will try to find out. Let me write that down. Okay. Other questions? I don't know why I cannot scroll down to see the other questions on the chat. Do you see it, Michelle?
There are no more.
I swear it said 3. Oh. Maybe it's Michelle was the 3rd. Okay. Anything else? Where are we on time? We went over a little bit. We're supposed to end at 10. Sorry. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging in there with us. I hope it was helpful. This has been recorded. So I will post it, and I will also post the PowerPoint that we went through so you can scroll back through, because I know it was a lot of information. You can access all of it. And feel free to reach out to your sponsor or your upline, me, anytime. Love helping.
Good night, everyone.
Bye,
Good night.
guys. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.